All right, welcome back, guys, to another episode of Lambert's Money Maker. Today
Let's
we got
go.
Jason Santos from LA. What's up, my guy?
How's it going, man? Super excited to
Good.
be on the podcast.
Yeah,
You
thank
got a
you.
lot of heat going, so yeah, bring it.
Yeah, Jason, my friend Jason, right here. If y'all don't know him, y'all gonna get to know him. But he has a pretty extensive career as an entrepreneur, very successful. Go all the way from restaurants to wholesaling. He did everything in between. He's out here in Los Angeles doing some nice flips, and that's what we're going to talk about today: the secrets of flipping real estate in Los Angeles and how he got started and where he's at today. And what kind of info can he give us? Jason, what have you been doing lately, my man? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know, man. I'm super excited. Thanks for having me in your podcast. Yeah, shoot. I know people ask me what's going on, and I'm like, a lot of things, right? But these are good things, obviously. These are
Yeah.
growth. These are new things, education, learning new things. What is your purpose, right? Why are you here in this world, right? And I've been searching for that for a long, long time. I know when people graduate college, right, they're like, oh, I want to be a doctor or I want to be an accountant, right? 10, 15 years later, and they're like, oh, I'm doing real estate or I'm doing finance and I'm doing all these things, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I got into the entrepreneurship to kind of figure out what is my purpose and what I really want to do and what I'm really good at. So,
Nice.
shoot, where do
I
I
haven't
start?
figured out my purpose yet. I have not figured out. Maybe we can unlock that today. It'd be instead of insider secrets, it's be unlock Aaron's purpose.
Yeah, let's tell us your secrets.
Yeah, what's my
um,
secret?
yeah,
Dude, so
so I,
yeah,
I,
go
I can
ahead.
tell you. I mean, I can tell you how I got started. I came from a regular 9 to 5 job. Doing sales. I've been in sales since I don't know 2007. I left my day job. Went to the restaurant industry. And you're like, what the heck? Are you a chef or
Yeah.
are it's like and I said, you know what? I know I love eating. Food is something that I love to do, right? I'm a
Yeah.
very a critique person on food. I like to serve people and give good customer service, right?
Okay.
Oh, we got some
But
balloons.
yeah, happy birthday, baby.
Yeah. Every time I do hand gestures, I just like to do hand gestures.
Yeah, you're
So
good, man.
I love to cook. I love to serve people. And to me, I'm like, this is my opportunity. And I love to get into business. So I did, I was in a restaurant for about two to 3 years. I owned a ramen restaurant here in West Covina, and I owned
Love
a
those.
sushi
Love
restaurant.
top ramen.
Nothing like top ramen. We spent literally 16 hours to cook the bones in the broth, and you cook for a
Wow.
perfection. So I learned how to run a restaurant and at the same time multitask because when you own a restaurant, you got to be a cook. You gotta serve your customers. You gotta you manage the kitchen. You gotta manage the servers and accounting, marketing. So I've done a lot of these things in one business. Then the pandemic hit. We were like, oh my god, like what are we going to do? Everybody's
Right.
shutting down, right? So we had a good ride with the restaurant. We end up actually landing a deal with the government, which is LA County. We were feeding low income seniors, and the government
Oh,
were giving us money to feed them during the pandemic. And we were feeding about 15 or 800 meals a week on top of our
wow.
restaurant to goes. So that
Impressive.
went pretty well. And I said, you know what? That was around mid or end of 2021, and I said, you know what? Let me get into real estate because I know the restaurant industry is not looking like we have a whole years ahead of us, right?
Hmm.
And I predicted that in the beginning, and I've seen a lot of our friends that own restaurants that slowly kind of going down. So I pivoted to the flipping business and
Yeah.
wholesaling business. And the problem with wholesaling and flipping, you want to do everything, right?
Yeah.
You pick up your own deals. So that's what I did. I did my first flip here in LA with three of my best buddies, and we made
But
about.
you did the work. You was hammering.
No, no, no. I've never owned a tool in my life
There we
before.
go. Secret number one, guys. Don't do your own flips. Let somebody else do them.
Yeah, I've realized leveraging other people's strengths are better than me doing all the work, because I did that at the restaurant, right? And
Yeah.
it didn't turn out good. I had a 1 year old, I think 2 year old kid, at that time, and one on the way. So it was the tough. It was tough being an entrepreneur and having two kids
Yeah.
working at the restaurant. So we finished our first flip in LA, and I wasn't very confident that we were gonna do well, because it was literally in the hood of LA. Okay, but
Okay.
at the end of
Still
the day,
$900,000 in the hood for a shack.
no, I think we bought it. I think we bought it for 505,000, and we sold it for 675. We spent about 50,000 to $60,000 in rehab, and
Okay.
we did it pretty well. I think we made about $50,000 there. But you got to realize I got to split the $50,000 with three other guys, right? So, and I said, you know what? I like this. So I went full time, literally in real estate the year after, around May. I did wholesaling and flipping. My first out of state flip was in Detroit, Michigan.
How was
Uh,
that? I want to talk a little bit. Can we stop there for a little bit? Out of
100%. I'll tell
state.
you crazy stories. So I brought my contractor with me and my restaurant manager at that point, and we flew to Detroit. Tawa City is literally around the lake of, Detroit Lake or Michigan Lake, right? We drove
Uh,
about 2.5 hours away from the airport. Got into the house, and think about this. This is my first time flipping out of state, so I've done all the wrong things. So we
mm-hmm.
got in there. We're like, damn, it smells like dog poop, dog pee. The floor needs to get done. The rug, I mean, the outside's all messed up. It's a big lot. So I was there for a whole week, and we were working 16-hour days. I was
Wow.
literally the runner to Home Depot, which is 45 minutes away from the house. And I swear I probably went there, man, 3 to 4 times a day.
Dude, been there. Hey, guys, secret number two, do not do any Home Depot runs for your contractors.
Let me
They
tell you
get
why.
paid for it.
Because one, if you're not well versed in Home Depot, you're gonna get the wrong things, right? So
Yeah.
I wasted my time on driving the whole time, but to me, I think it was the experience that
Yeah.
really makes you smarter on decision making, going into these flips. We were there for 5, 6 days, and we probably finished 75% of the work. Um, a lot of them are cosmetic. What's left was just the painting outside and cleaning up. So at the end of the day, I made about 49,000 dollars with that trip after paying out everybody.
Oh, nice. Right on.
And
The
I bought it cash, $62,000. I pulled out a HELOC, or not a HELOC, but a home equity. It's not a home equity. It's Wells Fargo lending. They gave me $100,000. I pulled that money out, and I paid cash, and because at that time, or I think even at this time, they're not lending you any hard money loans under 100 grand, right? So
yeah.
I had to pay cash. It's not 75K is the minimum. So I paid cash
So
on
you had
that
like
one.
a line of credit from
A line of
Wells Fargo.
credit from Wells Fargo, yeah.
Perfect.
My interest rate was like at 9.99%. It was pretty
Oh
high,
yeah.
but it's still good, granted that, you know what I mean, like it's the money's right there and I
Better
can
than
make.
hard money for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think it was 8.99, so definitely it was a pretty, it was better, if not comparable to hard money 3 years ago, because it started going
Yeah,
up. So I did
yeah.
that, and kind of everything went history, man. Like it was so cool because it was a lot of hard work, but a lot of looking back and like, hey, don't do this, don't do that, do this instead. So I've learned a lot really doing the hardest projects you could imagine.
Right.
So
That's
that
how
was
that's how most of our learning lessons come from messing up.
yeah. Oh, the best part about that, man, it's like you get to mess up and still make money,
Right.
right? It's different when you mess up and you
And
lose
lose.
money, right? And that's a
Yeah.
really big
That
lesson.
hurt.
Here it was like, all right, like, just got to do it right, stay under budget, and Michigan and LA is totally different in terms of the price, right? So you got to really get the cost effective pricing on materials. So I've
Right.
learned that doing out of state, and I've done a few after that. So that was my story. And then when we got home, man, I just slept in a plane, man. And slept. I think I slept for 2 days, and like I never got beat up so hard. that
Oh wow. What year was that?
was that was May 2022.
Oh, okay.
That was
That's
little,
right when I started. That's right when I got into real estate.
yeah. And I was like, wow, this is exciting. I can do this one more time, but I can't be doing the heavy lifting as well, right? You can't grow your business doing all the heavy lifting. You
So
got
real quick about that story, because I talked to quite a few people that do. They're highly successful at virtual flipping. Meaning virtual flipping, if those of you that don't know, is flipping in out of state where you're not at, and it's all through, email, phone, text, whatever, video chat to your contractors. You may or may not go to the property. Some people like to actually visit the property, but there are some people that are just so confident in their teams, and that's the key. That's another secret, is to having good teams, on the ground teams of wherever it is that you're doing this virtual flipping.
Yep, yep. I've learned that. Bought a property in Minnesota. I've hired. Uh, the best way to put together a team is find the top real estate agent that
Mm.
can help you manage the project. Promising that you'll be listing with them, and that
All right,
literally opened up doors. That opened up doors for
that's
me, and
huge.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
Top listing agent, right? Just because they want to earn your business, in the same
Yeah,
time they want to make sure you finish your project on time so they can get paid when they sell it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had. I mean, some people wouldn't call it virtual, but I kind of call it virtual because it was an hour and 45-minute drive. We did one in Bullhead City,
I
Arizona.
remember we talked
Oh
about this
yeah, talk to you
last
about that.
year, beginning of this year. I think it was last year.
Yeah, and it was a nightmare from the contractor to the. We used a real estate agent. She was supposed to manage the property, and then she was a nice lady, but she wore films on her sleeve, and she got like offended really quick, so she stopped doing that, and it was just like it was a big mess. But we went over budget, like 50,000 over budget. We were like 4 months past where we should have been,
Yeah.
and we still profited 90 grand.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we picked up at 162, sold at 395.
Woo, that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. When we first picked it up, we thought we were only going to sell it for like list for 375 and get 350,
Yeah.
or just dump it for 325. But we ended up listing it for 425 and got 395. So that was nice.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Took
Yeah,
4 months.
That's a good price point.
Yeah.
And you know, that price point is very affordable, you know, out of state. I wish I could get those prices here in California, where, you know, a hundred
Yeah.
$1 million is gonna get you a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. You know,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. And Cali prices they not cheap.
yeah. We're doing one right now in the Mar Vista area. We've been, I think we started in December of 2023, and both of them are going to be in the, one is in the market already, but you know the price is
Wow,
1.8.
those are long clips, huh? December of
Yeah,
2023.
yeah, because we had to, you know, when you're selling 1 million, 2 million, $3 million homes, you know, what we did was we got a designer, we got a
Yeah.
general contractor. I mean, we got a full on staff engineer to really make sure that we get, you know, top value on this one. So one house is
That
going to be
makes sense.
sold for almost 1.8 million, and the other one is going to be listed actually this week for 2.94 million. Um, so
He picked
yeah.
it up for 800, guys.
And
uh,
just to let you know, Mar Vista is a city in LA or community in LA next to Netflix, Google, and all these big companies around it. So a lot of the buyers there are, you know, C-level employees that's looking
oh,
to,
right.
you know, either cash out their stocks to buy a house, cash or whatever. So
Right.
pretty good pocket. You know, it's close to Culver City, Santa Monica area. Very
Makes
nice area. So yeah, those are
Yeah, that is a nice area.
so those are
So
the ones that we're working on, or you know, on the finish line already. Hopefully, we get some offers.
right on. I'm sure you will. Now we'll do a little plug for Ready. So tell us a little bit about Ready. So Jason's partnered with a company that has it's a pretty much what would you call it? Like a shopping center for real estate agents?
It's a platform. So let me go back. What was my biggest pain, you know, doing fix and flip? One of the
Yeah.
big pain where you cannot really solve because you're flipping on different areas is really finding your rock star listing agent, right?
Mm,
Someone that will work harder than you, right?
yeah.
You know, I am not a listing agent, so to me, I'm like, all right, you know, I'm just probably, you know, be commenting out of, you know, you know, just why I think they should be doing. But
Right.
long story short, on this one is the platform where sellers and investors get connected with listing agents, and multiple agents get to bid for your business. So how
Mm,
do they get to bid for your business? So you upload your property address, you post it there. Once it gets approved, multiple agents give you multiple proposals. Either they give you free staging, right? You know, 1% commission, 1.5%, 2%. You literally get to
wow.
pick who gives you the best value. And they give you a shorter term instead of these ridiculous 6 months to 9 months, or sometimes I've seen a year, I think, on listing
Yeah.
agent terms. You get to find 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, right? So you don't feel
Nice.
that stuck with them. And the best part is you get cash back from Ready just for listing through that listing agent. So
Really?
yeah. So for example, my LA property, you know, at West Boulevard, we listed that for 1.4 million. Ready gave me $6,500 uh, just for signing up through that listing agent, because the listing agent offered that cashback bonus, which Ready becomes the middleman to give you that cash back, right?
And they pay
It's
you that
not
up front?
they. Yeah, once I signed that contract, I got the bonus from Ready for $6,500,
Sweet, dude.
and that paid a big portion of my mortgage, right? just because it's empty and we're just waiting to sell it. So that to me, and best part about it, you get to see how many houses they've sold in the area or Southern California to really make sure that you're picking the right agent. Not like somebody sold 10 houses in San Diego and now, I'm not sure if you're able to sell my house in LA, right? I get to see all your, past listings and sales in, under one platform. So to me, that will save me time. And not just that, like for someone that has multiple properties, not just in one state, you're in different, you have I have properties all over the United States. That'll be it'll probably take me days to really find the right listing agent to uh, you know, to find the right listing agents for all my properties. Yeah.
So is this
So
it right here?
that's it. Ready.com. Yep.
Ready.com. I think we got a link in the description below, guys, if you want to check them out. You go over here. So that's pretty. Now, are they in all states?
They're
Are
nationwide.
Okay.
They're nationwide. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone will correct me. I believe they have 18,000 agents. Total, and they're growing. So
Amazing.
definitely, that might be just only California. But they have a
Oh,
ton.
really?
When I get offers or proposals, I mean, there's at least 10 to 20 proposals I get from different agents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check these guys out whenever we've got a flip going on right now. Here in Vegas, we're about to start, so we'll have to check those guys out.
Yeah, and if you list your property there, I'll give you $150 Amazon gift card. So if anybody's watching this, add me on social media. By the way, Jason SoCal Investor. Once again, Jason SoCal Investor on Instagram. Add me.
Yeah,
Let me know if you did sign up for Ready. I will mail you or give you an e-card on Amazon.
That's right.
Once
$150, baby. Let's go.
I was going to do gas cards, but I think gas went down a little bit now. So I think Amazon will be more value.
Well, I mean, look, dude, it's like this. You're getting a better deal on an agent and a Rockstar agent. You might even get paid by Ready or some free staging, and then you're gonna fork out $150 Amazon card just cause. Merry Christmas.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
and
what's
if
up.
if you own a lot of like what I'm doing now, I'm offloading a lot of my out-of-state properties just because we're going into the residential facility side of the real estate. So,
Okay.
I'm only keeping the ones that make sense to convert to either an assisted living or a drug rehab treatment center or just an adult residential facility. So that's where one of our focus too now is, opening up as much of these facilities because we have a housing crisis here in California, and we want to be able to make sure that we are part of that silver tsunami and all these funding from the government and a lot of things.
On.
Yeah. So that's
California forks out a lot of money for that stuff. Yeah,
they do. The budget's pretty big in terms of these type of housing, from homeless to drug related to just the older folks, the mentally disabled adults. I mean, I could just keep going. We're actually building a development. It's a duplex with 37 bedroom, 37 bath, duplex unit, 2 units. It's a building with like
2 units, 37.
Yep. So It's designed for single room occupancy for student housing.
Okay.
But a lot of these group homes and operators to transitional housing, they're moving into that model. So a
Hmm.
lot of homes here in LA, and we're I think we're gonna be doing groundbreaking in like 3 months.
Okay.
And our permit's gonna get approved.
Right on.
Yep,
That's what's up. Where's that going to be at?
it's gonna be in LA. It's gonna be in Lincoln Heights.
Lincoln Heights. Okay. Not too
Yep,
familiar, but that's amazing. How many square feet is that?
it's about 10,000 square feet.
It's a big undertaking, but you're gonna be able to house 37 or two per room or
No, we're gonna be only doing single, just because
okay.
the transitional housing adults might
Got
might,
it.
might not work with just too many adults in there, right? So we're gonna have 32 adults in there, and the good thing about transitional housing program, the government, the state um, pays the county, and the county pays us directly.
Okay.
Yeah, and they pay about $4,700 a month per individual,
Wow.
and
That's
we don't
huge.
have to feed them. We just gotta house them, make sure that they get a good job, make sure they get the right transportation. As long as it's in the right area, we get them to like
$4,700 per person.
per person.
Wow, that's $173,000 a month.
Yeah, and we don't need caregivers. We don't need doctors to help, like other facilities. We just need a house manager to watch them, and a case manager to make sure that their life's going to the right direction. That's it.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I'm a numbers guy. So tell me this. What's your with the 173,000, you're building this 10,000 square foot, and LA is not cheap and all of that construction. I'm sure you got tons of permitting you have to do. What is your cash on cash return for something like that?
So we just did a webinar for our investors, and we raised our first round of investing on this one for investors. We're raising $500,000 for the whole project. Our total
That's
debt, yep. Our total
it?
debt will be about $4 million, about
Okay.
4.2, and we will be. This will be appraised because they go by per room calculation of $200. So this will essentially come out to about 7.7 million. So this cash on cash return for us here will probably going to be about 600-700% cash on cash return.
Wow. That's amazing.
And we've raised capital on, or at least on one of my fix and flip projects, we've raised about $500,000, and we're happy with 10% cash on cash return. Like 10,
Right.
50% ROI. But this one is pretty insane numbers, and
Yeah,
that's
this
just
is
being
pretty
a
insane.
landlord. That's just being a landlord, and we still got the operational and just on the equity side, on the real
Mm.
estate side, it's literally a pretty big return, about 600-700% cash on cash.
So
And
y'all
we're not
are the plan
talking about
is
the operational. The operationals is that $170,000.
oh really?
Yeah. So
So
there's two sides of it.
yeah. The so just to get if I know what y'all are doing, so Jason's gonna be buying this lot and you're gonna be buying it and your total all in with you're gonna raise or bring $4.2 million, do the deal, and then after you're gonna get an appraise, it should appraise or has already appraised for 7.7. At that time, are you gonna do because I know BRRRR is coming back, right? So I mean, obviously this is not a rehab, but you're gonna refinance and pull some of that equity out.
100%. So we're gonna pull 70%. The loan to value here is gonna be 70%. So we will be cashing out, or believe about $800,000. So 5 million would be our 70% number, right? And we have to leave 30% in there.
Yeah. And then you can pay back all your investors and still pocket some cash.
And we'll still pocket about, $800,000.
That's perfect.
It's a 3-year project, right? So
Yeah.
it's a 3-year project, and
You just have to start more. We have to get more going, dude. And just have one.
You know what? I think shoot, in 3 months I bought about 10 properties with Subto, if not around there, 9 to 10. Um, I, I went all in real estate. I went to Pace Morby's, Subto Mastermind,
Yeah.
and that opened up doors for me. And that was essentially about beginning of 2023. I went, I think they had a mastermind in January or February. Around March to June, we bought like 9 or 10 properties, and it's a good thing, right? But when you have 9 or 10 mortgages and trying to find tenants all at one time, it kind of got chaotic. So I think
It's
this
tough.
time we're gonna slow down and make sure we get to closer to the finish line, and then start another project.
Got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah. I hear you on that one. This one's a little different, though. These bigger ones are much more obviously profitable. This is legitimately a multifamily deal that y'all are doing.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm super excited for you. That's exciting to hear. My path this year is to acquire 25 single families here in Vegas for the purpose of independent living. So kind of like what you're not really assisted. These people are the people that are staying there. They're 55 plus. They got a job or they're on fixed income.
Yep.
They can get around. They can do their thing. They got cars. They just need a place to stay. So that's the independent living, and then the STR. I mean, people talk crap on STR, but what I found, and I'll do a whole nother podcast on this and show y'all, is that if you have an STR, you need to focus on one, location, but design. Your pictures are big, and your management skills. If you have those things, you're killing it, dude. As long as you're in the right area, right, and have the right amenities for that area, you're crushing.
You just gotta do it right.
Yeah.
You gotta do more than what hotel does, right?
Yep.
If you can do
You
that,
take pictures with your iPhone. Do not take, unless you're really good with the iPhone and you know how to edit. Don't be putting no iPhone pictures on Airbnb, guys. Come on.
Oh man, I remember doing photos on Airbnb, and I try to change the lighting and I'm like, why my photos look nice, but why are they have different lightings, right? And I'm like, I gotta get a real photographer doing this, man. It's just not right.
$200 to
People are
$500
getting
small expense.
yeah, I
$200
mean,
to $500.
yeah, you don't gotta spend $500 to 1,000. Even if your cousin is a photographer, I think they'll do a better job than you doing on your iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so what sells on Airbnb?
Oh,
When you're
shit.
scrolling on Airbnb, you're looking at pictures.
Yeah, yeah,
That's it. I
yeah,
mean, and then whenever one catches your eye, then you scroll and look at the amenities and stuff like
yeah,
that. But the picture is what is captivating. So, you got good pictures and showing the experience. So Airbnb now is like really big on the experience. Like if you
yeah.
have like I don't know, a wine bar, show some wine glasses and some
Unique
drink.
stuff, man.
Right?
Anything. Yeah. We have a few Airbnbs, man. Like, you just got to be unique. If you have an accent wall and some weird stuff that you've never seen before, whatever it is, like some antique stuff and put that picture in there, man. Just this will literally help you get these, the younger generation to, get on social media and and book your Airbnb just because they want to post stuff on social media.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna show you. I'm gonna show you one we just did, and I think you might have seen it. But the one we did in Baton Rouge, it does great. It does really good. It's it's like I did like a jungle,
Mm.
a jungle theme. These are my units, but
Ah, that's so cool.
let's
I
see
get
if we can get
excited. I get excited when people come up with some crazy ideas. Like I give you guys props because it takes time and effort. And I know we have a lot of great ideas, but for you to pull through with it, I mean, man, I'll give you props.
Yep. This is ours. So we just
Yeah,
kind of
you look
went all out on the
Amazon,
design.
Amazon forest, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. We got an Amazon forest for sure.
You got that
Got a
cool
little Instagram
lighting.
wall. Yeah, but this stuff sells, man. People like this
Cool.
funky, like different stuff, you know?
Yeah, you don't need a comfortable bed, man. They just want cool design, man. Great. Yeah, I take that back. You need a comfortable bed, but yeah,
Yeah. I was about to say we got. Hey, we're not cheaping out on the beds. We
I'm
got the
just saying,
10
like to me, the older you get, all I want is a comfortable bed. If I'm gonna
Yeah,
rent a house, it's better be comfortable, right? Because I
dude.
like to sleep. Because with all the work that we do, I just want a nice bed so I can sleep good. But yeah, the younger ones, always look for these cool stuff. I just want a good
Yeah,
bed.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, we do the 12-inch Tempur-Pedic. You know, the ones that don't ever wear out.
Oh yeah. What I really like is the soft bed.
Oh,
Because I,
really?
I sleep on my side.
Ah, yeah,
So if I have a hard bed and I sleep on my side, my arms start getting numb. So
yeah.
I really like a really soft bed, and that's what we kind of have here at the house. And I think we're due for an upgrade.
There you go.
I think it's like 10 years is the bed ready for upgrade.
Shoot, whenever they were springs, it's like 2 years, 3 years, but yeah, the Tempur-Pedic ones, you know, those things they
Oh, that will
last
last
forever. They
forever.
don't ever wear out.
Yeah, that lasts
But
forever.
so on flipping in Los Angeles, what are like some really key points that you learned that you could share with the audience on like maybe like one major what to do or look for, and one, I mean, we already spoke on the agent thing. That agent thing is huge, right?
Yeah.
What's something that what not to do or just kind of stay away from whenever you're flipping, especially like higher end stuff?
Oh, I got to. So one thing I've learned and I implemented is don't assume the comp is your ARV. Okay.
Mm,
Let me kind of rephrase that. Don't guess your ARV. All right, because
okay,
in LA, it's not like we have, one street is the good side, and the other street could be not a good side, right?
right.
Um, and you being different doesn't make you stand out, and doesn't mean that you're worth more than everybody else. So what I
Mm,
mean by that is if you have, you're buying a house and it's the biggest house in the block, and you're the only one that has that square footage. Don't calculate it based on per square footage on a good house that's half the size,
right.
right? So to me, I'm like, you got to really find comps because these buying agents will coach their buyers that this house is really worth this much, right?
Mm,
So I stay away from, if I can't find a comp, man, within the same 1 or 2 blocks away, same neighborhood, I walk away and say I'm not interested on this flip, even though there's enough spread in there. If I can't find an ARV exactly
Yeah.
to my house, I walk away. Oh, okay. All the ARVs come with the nice pull. Okay, let me subtract 50,000, and this is gonna be my ARV. No, it's not. No, it's
Right.
not. Right? Or vice versa. Hey, I got all the houses here don't have pools, right? And I
Yeah.
have a pool here. I'm gonna add 50,000 or 100,000. So this is gonna be my ARV. No, it's not. So
Right.
I've learned is you might want to comp it or get the ARV on similar or exact homes that you're trying to build or you're trying to fix. Yeah.
And if you don't have them, you better be super deep. You better
Super
buy a thing super deep.
conservative. Super
Yeah.
conservative. Like don't let these wholesalers tell you, all right, this is the ARV. Do
Yeah.
do your own. A lot of big wholesalers here really target newer investors. So you gotta go find a wholesaler that's looking after you, because a lot of these wholesalers just gonna dish you out, and hopefully you can dish give you some deals, and hopefully somebody bites.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They get the wholesalers. I mean, I'm a wholesaler myself,
yeah,
mostly
yeah,
on creative deals, but I love cash deals. I love wholesale cash deals. Why? Because it's one dang formula and
yeah,
that's it. As
yeah.
long as you can find a comp, then it's just the math is subtraction.
Correct, correct, correct. Yeah,
It's very easy.
you might want to
Uh,
just gotta get close to what you have, right?
yeah, no,
Because a lot of
definitely.
people get creative. They want to reinvent, and this is gonna be the new ARV. If I do this, spend more money, and second thing is, don't go over budget. You want to be in and out here in LA. Just because the holding cost is gonna kill you if you don't sell that
Oh,
property.
I got a question. So LA, how strict are they on the permitting? And do y'all
Very
pull permit?
strict. Very
Very
strict.
okay.
When you're knocking out walls and adding, you're making your bathroom bigger and doing a bunch of changes, you got to get a permit. You're gonna get rolled up. I've had a lot of our mentees from our mastermind here that got rolled up for not, getting permits. So definitely, I recommend that. If you're just doing a facelift and minor changes, flooring, paint, cabinets,
Right.
and just exterior landscaping that just very minimal. Yeah, do it. No permits needed. But if you're moving you're moving a shower and or adding square footage and just a bunch of different stuff that really requires permit, you
Yep.
know, you got to get the permit. You just got to get it. Yeah. I have a friend that's that got that got they got a ding from the city, and they stopped the escrow from closing because the city rolled
Really?
up. Yeah, it's pretty
Wow.
bad, and I just feel bad for them. I think they're about to sell it now, but that the escrow really literally stopped, and now they got to go find a new buyer and get back on the market. So I recommend not to risk that.
Hmm.
Especially when you're knocking out walls. Knocking
Yeah.
out walls is very important, man.
And it's important if you're adding any square footage because
Oh yeah.
you won't be able to count it if you don't get the permit.
Yeah, you won't get the value if you add it. If it's already there, great. Just do minimal. But to me, if you're gonna be flipping here in LA, you want to stay under $1 million, and you want to be in and out of there. It should be a
Okay.
no more than 2-month project, a two
Okay.
month rehab. Granted that it's harder to get people to work here, but we
Is it
keep
really?
it's
It's hard
hard,
to
man.
get people to work in LA?
No, it's hard to find good people to work here in LA.
Oh, got it.
There's a lot of people are flakes, contractors. So, it's
It's
very
becoming more
difficult.
and more common, seems like.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be able to vet them, and even referrals for me, I just don't trust referrals as well. I have them start a smaller job first, and then if I like their work and they're punctual and the price is good and the price is consistent, right? Because they always give you the best pricing at first, and then after the next one be like, hey man, I'm just I'm just adding a little bit more square footage. How come it's double the price, right, for painting
Oh,
this
right.
house? But yeah, those are key points here in LA. Just I like to kind of stay out of the radar by doing a quick job and put it back in the market as soon as possible.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It makes
it's
sense.
a different
Well,
beast over
shoot.
here. It literally, let me tell you, our holding costs for our Mar Vista flip that we're going to be selling for 2.94. That's $19,000 per month.
Wow.
So,
That could eat up some profits quick.
man, imagine the bank making a killing, bro. These hard
That's
money
all
lenders,
interest.
the hard money lenders are making a killing on a I think $2.1 million loan or 2.2.
Uh-huh.
We're getting 19,000, and I'm like, shoot, I'll become a lender myself.
Might as well. And speaking about lending, I have in the description below, I have a link for DSCR loans up to 85%, starting around 6.5. They do
Woo!
lend on SDR projects. And they use AirDNA for underwriting. And then I have my fix and flip lender down there as well. He does 90 and 100. I think he's like 1.75 points, but his interest is good and he does advance. So he's got a good program. Check him out if you need some money.
Moaning.
Yeah. Well, Jason, man, it's been a pleasure. Always nice seeing you and talking to you. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge. Hopefully, somebody out there in the Netherlands will take it and use it. One day when they find us, we'll be here for years, bro. We're not going away because we're
Yeah,
on YouTube. We're cloned
man,
forever.
I've seen a lot of people 3 years ago that got started in real estate with me,
Uh-huh.
not doing real estate anymore, man. Gone.
Really? I'm
Yeah,
like one of those people, like there's quite a few times I wanted to quit. And like
I'm the same way. I
I'm
think
so deep. Huh?
everybody that
Yeah.
it's normal.
But I'm the type of person that's like, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna figure it out. That's the
Yep.
way I'm going. Let's go. Get
Big,
sidetracked. We hit a hole, whatever, get swept away a couple times, but we always get back on track and going forward.
hey man, one last thing for everybody. Um, God's preparing us to do bigger and better things. If we can't solve this problem, these smaller problems, we won't be able to move up in life and solve bigger problems. So keep doing what you're doing, brother. I'm super proud of you. I've seen your journey. I'm truly blessed to become your friend.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
I can't wait to come visit you in Vegas. And I love Vegas, man. Like Vegas to me is like second home. Just we've been
Yeah.
so busy with the kids and family. So looking forward to see you again in the near future. Hopefully end of this month, man. I think we're planning to go there end of the month.
Oh, really? For
Yeah.
Christmas or New Year's?
Around there, like before New Year's, in between Christmas and New Year's. We do this
Yeah.
every year. Yeah.
All right on. Well, I'll be here. Let me know, man.
I appreciate you. Thanks for
How
having me.
about it? Yes, sir.
See you guys
Bye. Peace.
later.